I contend that the strongest of all governments is that which is most free. This Constitution was not made for a day, nor is it composed of such flexible materials as to be warped to the purposes of a casually ascendant influence. Wealth can only be accumulated by the earnings of industry and the savings of frugality. The men of today give place to the men of tomorrow, and the idols which one set worship, the next destroy. Man's conscience was created free, and he is no longer accountable to his fellow man for his religious opinions. Liberty and equality are captivating sounds, but they often captivate to destroy. A republican government can only be supported by virtue. I can never consent to being dictated to. Popularity, I have always thought, may aptly be compared to a coquette. The more you woo her, the more apt is she to elude your embrace. Nature governs man by no principle more fixed than that which leads him to pursue his interest. The institutions under which we live, my countrymen, secure each person in the perfect enjoyment of all his rights. It was hard graft all the way and a good result in the end. Here lies the body of my good horse, the General. For years he bore me around the circuit of my practice, and all that time he never made a blunder. Would that his master could say the same. So far as it depends on the course of this government, our relations of goodwill and friendship will be sedulously cultivated with all nations. Let it be henceforth proclaimed to the world that man's conscience was created free, that he is no longer accountable to his fellow man for his religious opinions, being responsible therefore only to his God. I should be pleased to see all the nations on the earth prosperous and happy and rich, for it would furnish to me the best evidence of the prosperity of my native land. Parties are continually changing. The men of today give place to the men of tomorrow, and the idols which one set worship, the next destroy. The applause of his native land is the richest reward to which the patriot ever aspires. It is this for which he bears to live or dares to die. It is the high incentive to those achievements which illustrate the page of history and give to poetry its brightest charm. The sailor's life is at the best a life of danger. He pursues honor on the mountain wave and finds it in the battle and in the storm. And never did more distinguished chivalry display itself than in the conduct of our seamen during the late war. The tolling of yon dismal bell and the loud but solemn discharge of artillery hath announced to the nation the melancholy tidings: Thomas Jefferson no longer lives. It is by these, the people, that I have been clothed with the high powers, which they have seen fit to confide to their chief executive, and been charged with the solemn responsibility under which those powers are to be exercised. Patronage is the sword and cannon by which war may be made on the liberty of the human race.